This is not your fault." Jace turned from where he stood at the window overlooking the parking lot. The sunrise bled across the University of Minnesota campus. It had taken 5 hours to get Maddie admitted, evaluated, stabilized, tested, and into a restless slumber. The doctor had scheduled her for a biopsy first thing in the morning, and now the waiting began. What would he have done without Jace keeping him calm, driving them to the ER, then staying with Sam to help him stutter out Maddie's history? Yes, she had a transplant 3 years ago. No, she'd had no signs of rejection. But yes, okay, he'd missed her appointment 3 months ago and hadn't yet rescheduled. But he could be termed a near fanatic about her medicine. How could she have missed her anti-rejection meds? Still, with the move and her being sick, maybe he'd messed up. "I just thought that her stomach aches had to do with losing the house and moving in over the bar. Maddie was always a finicky eater, and..." Sam shook his head. "I should have figured it out. She's retaining fluid, and she's been so tired. She falls asleep during her schoolwork, and often at dinner." "She doesn't sleep. She's up waiting for you to get off work." Jace leaned against the opposite wall. "No, see, that's what I told myself. But anyone with a brain would have added it up. And if I hadn't missed her appointment..." He looked at Jace. "This is my fault. If she's in full rejection, well, it's not like they're going to give her another heart." Jace pushed himself off the wall. "Why not? She's 9 years old." "You know that it's not about age. It's about viability. And the brutal truth is, I don't have the financial resources to care for another heart. They look at that too, your ability to manage the aftercare. They could even send a social worker around and decide that her home life isn't compatible with proper post-transplant care." He looked down the hall, listening in case Maddie had woken and needed him. He should get back in there, but he just couldn't stand by her bed, count her breaths, watch the IV drip methylprednisolone into her veins in some desperate attempt to stop her frail body from rejecting her heart. He couldn't see her sink into the cotton blankets without hating someone, like himself, or God. Sam shook his head before he let the thought take root. No, if he didn't have God, he'd have no one. Still, sometimes he wanted to ask, whose side was God on anyway? "You don't need to worry about money, Sam." "Stop, Jace. I know you mean well, but we both know that you can't keep funding her medical expenses. I am an idiot for not getting enough insurance. We can agree on that, but she's not your responsibility." Jace's eyes narrowed, just for a second, as if he'd been punched, but he took a breath, nodded. "Right, sure. Don't take it that way, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just so angry, you know? I just want to hit something." "You have every reason to be angry. If it makes you feel better, you can hit me." Sam managed a short grin. "Thanks, but you're already sporting a bit of a shiner there, Jay. I'm sorry I missed the game. Please tell me you got a few licks in." "Sorry to disappoint you, and the rest of St. Paul Blue Ox fans apparently, but I managed to have a fight-free night. The shiner is from a teammate." "Really?" When Jace lifted a shoulder, Sam suspected more behind his answer, but Jace said nothing, and Sam didn't chase it. "I could go for some coffee." On it.